On this edition of NSFW, we are joined by C. Robert Cargill. Yes, Massa Worm is back. We talk about all the films opening at Cannes, and if we can come up with better plots than the ones that they did. Also, PR advice to the stars, and Jonathan Mann, Mr. Song a Day himself, performs live on this episode of NSFW.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is NSFW episode 76 for May 17th, 2011. OMJihad.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace.com, the fast and easy way to publish a high-quality website or blog. For a free 14-day trial, go to squarespace.com/NSFW.
Live show, I saw you
I gotta show off
as
my new
Brian's new meet. That is how I knew you were on.
What? That's crazy talk. That's everything's beyond
my gosh.
Now. Chad's in charge. This is, you've stumbled into NSFW, the news show full of win, the news sauce for the Webernet, the show that's nominally safe for work. I am, of course, Brian Brushwood, joined, as always, by my inimitable co-host, one JRY, Justin Robert Young the first. What is up, gerbils?
Oh, man, it's so sad that Chad died.
He didn't die. He left our program, and now he's at
Chad
Twin.
Johnson?
Yeah,
the
Chad
guy who used to work for you. He died.
No, he didn't die. I mean,
He fell into the mouth of a crocodile at a circus.
Apparently everybody needs to make some obscene gesture to say hello to him. It's like, right. I don't know what this thing is.
That's how we contact him from the beyond, is with the Diamond Club, which of course means that we are joined by Massa Worm, a.k.a. C. Robert Cargill. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Speaking of which, I mean, look, let's not bury the lead here. You're here not coming back as a meek media critic, but as a returning conqueror.
As we had always known you, of course.
Yeah, you've always been meek.
We'd always been like, hey, when are we going to get the meek media critic back on?
Yeah. So you guys make fun, but I have a book here that says I'm going to inherit the earth, and I'm proud of it. This place, when you guys are gone, this place is mine. So the strong, they inherit the stars, and the rest of us stay here.
Awesome. Well, forget us then. That's how it goes. For those of you guys who don't know, Cargill's got some huge news. We're acting like he's too big time for us now, but of course he's had involvement with Spill.com, with Ain't It Cool News, and a number of other sites, including Film.com. You've had to curtail all of them except for Ain't It Cool News. Why you got a big time? What's going on?
I sold the screenplay.
What?
I've got a couple of
Wait, hold on. What is a screenplay?
Yeah, we've never heard of the screenplay that you speak of.
It's a thing that you write. It's a document that you give to people, and they make movies from it.
Movies.
Okay.
This sounds like an excellent opportunity. Maybe it'll turn into something for you someday.
Are you trying to insinuate that movies aren't real life?
Yeah, we thought for sure that like when they did the documentary about when they discovered the Transformers.
Yes.
Well, that's that's actually a documentary, and then there's a type of documentary called pornography, which is all mostly biographical based on my life.
That's
sure,
of course.
So many adventures, like Zeus himself. See, Robert Carson.
You can only be a pizza guy for so long before chicks start throwing themselves at you, and then somebody goes, "Wow, you have such an incredible life. We should make a movie out of that."
Yeah, I'm here to fix Donna Cobble. Hey, so what details can you give us? Can you tell us the title of it, who you're working with, what the nature of the story is?
It's only got a working title right now, so that won't do anybody any good, but it's a horror film. It's being directed by my new writing partner, Scott Derrickson, who, of course, directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose and The Day the Earth Stood Still remake. And we're making it this year. It's being produced by Jason Blum, who produced a couple of very small films, Paranormal Activity and Paranormal Activity 2, and is currently also producing, in addition to ours, this film by this little known guy named Rob Zombie called Lords of Salem. So, it's all a bunch of small time people who've never done much before that I have kind of somehow blundered into.
All right. You know what? I don't know much about the story, but I can imagine what it's about. And let me just give you this title. I'm just going to put it out right now. I say you call it Between the Sheets, the Brian and Justin story.
Yeah.
Well,
go.
That's the working title, but we're looking for something a little more pornographic to kind of, sell it to America.
Like, can we dial up the gay a little bit on this working title? Instead of just
we could.
Explicitly saying the two men are between the sheets with each other.
Do you say between the cheeks is the way you dial up the pornography? See, now you're talking. Now
there we go. And the subtitle for it is "It's Where the Action Happens." Hey, folks, listen. Coming up later on this show,
I'm envisioning a poster of you guys like this, and like maybe doing a little bit of this action.
All right, and then I cut away from you, sir. What's going on this episode, Justin?
Oh my gosh, Brian, so much. We are going to go through all the movies that are, Cargill. Of course, you keep an eye on the movie scene. The Cannes Film Festival is certainly taking place right now out there in France land and
Pennsylvania. They call it Pennsylvania. They call it Pennsylvania. If
Pennsylvania.
Yes, out in Pennsylvania.
Yes, out there in France, Pennsylvania. They're doing a thing with all the movies where everybody goes and watches them and then boos and cheers. But if you watch our episode El Fanning, we're gonna do the same thing with those movies. So basically, we're just gonna get the titles and the cast, and me and Brian are going to explain what we believe the movie is going to be about, then compare it to what it's actually about to see if we did a better job. Also, super excited, the summer music series rolls on. Mr. Song a Day himself, Jonathan Mann, will be joining us at the end of this podcast. But first, Brian, before we get into our first bit, I do want to recommend everybody, Andrew Main, who of course does the Weird Things podcast with me and Brian.
Never heard of it.
Well, yes, there's only so many times you can pull the I never heard of it tag, Brian, because you had to have heard of something at some point.
No, I don't know that there is a limit, and I think we'll find out this evening.
I live in a bunker, and I was placed there in 1967.
I believe you. Okay.
I've never heard of anything. My name is Brian.
The only thing he knows is Chris Angel Mind Freak, which he watches constantly.
Now, that is true.
Absolutely.
That is true. And
that
I'm
all gets pumped in there.
That's why I'm working on my abs. I haven't eaten in 8 days.
Abs. Anyway, so Brian, Andrew wrote a book called The Grendel Shadow. It's available right now on Amazon. We talked about it a little bit before on the show, but we did an audiobook that I did. I narrated it, and now it is for free on iTunes. So do me a favor, everybody watching live, everybody listening, please go ahead and click on the link bit.ly/shadow podcast, all lowercase. It is bit.ly/shadow podcast, and that'll bring you to the iTunes webpage. You can open up iTunes and subscribe to it right now. Let's get that all the way up on the audiobook portion of Apple if we can. So do me a favor, go and subscribe to it, and we thank you very, very much in advance.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you're burying the lead. You play many characters, including women. Like you get to hear
all of them
legitimately.
Well, that's what we call Wednesday around his.
That's
house.
right. Exactly. Yes. That's when we're doing Between the Cheeks.
Yes. But yeah, no, I do a lot of ladies' voices, and it sounds comically hilarious. So everybody go subscribe to that. It's free. It's fun. It's easy. And I'll tell you what, that's a piece of good advice from me to you. And it's the kind of good advice, Brian, that we're going to give all sorts of celebrities in this next segment that we like to call PR experts.
All right. Go on. What's funny is it occurred to me that there was probably some sounder or something I was supposed to play. But
no, you're just supposed to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because we've done the segment before.
And begin the bits. And we're go time.
And we're on. There's a lot of people here, Brian, in the world, celebrities, that they're going through things that, maybe it's good for them, maybe it's bad for them, but they need a little PR guidance, or at least we believe they do. So we're going to give it to them whether they like it or not.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, specifically, let me actually see if I can get the split triple here set up. But specifically, this is good because Cargill, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a lot of people who have publicity problems. They got PR problems, and they just need to put a new spin on their own reality. And you would be awesome to handle this. So who are we going to fix first, Justin?
Mel Gibson. I don't know if you understand that this guy's been through a lot lately. He's had what with the anti-Semitic rantings and the racist rantings and the punching his wife in the face.
Rantings?
Ification in Brian's terminology. But now he's got a new movie out. It's directed by Jodie Foster, and apparently it got a rousing ovation at Cannes, although it's done not so hot here in the States. But we need to give a little PR advice for Mel Gibson.
Now, have you seen the Beaver movie that he's done?
I have not seen The Beaver. It played at South by, and I had something else going on that night, and I missed it. And they didn't screen it here again. So,
all right.
I've heard
number
very
one.
big things.
Number one. Here's what I say. Okay. Now it's not like there's not a precedent for this before. Might be a little bit tough to do some mind washing on this, but I'm going to say here in America, it's not too late to re-release the movie. I don't know if it's come out yet or not, but
yes.
Okay, re-release. Stop it right now. Pull all those prints, yank
So
them
it's
out.
only been out for like 3 weeks.
Okay,
And you're saying everything out.
pull them all out. Pull them all
Which
out.
would look suspiciously like it was closing, by the way.
Deny that that original print ever occurred. Rename the movie from The Beaver to The Bieber. You get Justin Bieber to redo all the voices with the puppet. You're not going to be able to tell. Bada bing bang, major success.
So wait, hold on. So you're saying all the voices, like including Mel Gibson's voice and Jodie Foster's voice,
like
Anton
everyone
Yelchin.
except whatever the Beaver voice is he's doing is now voiced by Justin Bieber.
So
I think you're almost there. I think what we need to do is we need to get some serious CG going on and actually redo the Beaver to be Justin Bieber with Mel Gibson's hand up his butt. If there's anything America wants to see, it's Justin Bieber being worn as a puppet on Mel Gibson's hand.
That's exactly it, and he can offer this
I think
insight.
that one transcends demos too, because I think that there's his core demo of young women that would not mind seeing that, as well as those who may not like him so much. And when the young 13-year-old got his head hit with a bottle.
That's
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Who doesn't love seeing?
So it's
What is he? 12? Yeah.
he's like 14. So
Yeah.
Justin
Actually,
Bieber
he's in
going,
the high teens.
"Hey,
He's
bro,
16 or
I'm here to save your life."
Yeah, totally. And in fact, you could even, to be honest, I don't even care. I don't even care if this is like, now that I think about it, I want to see this thing get made. And I don't care if it's a homemade, like somebody just grabs a telescreen off of the BitTorrent and just green screens and just puts on just out of context Justin Bieber things on this kid the whole time. I think we're onto something here.
I think it's going to be on Funny or Die tomorrow. I think those crazy kids are going to be right on it. The Bieber, starring Mel Gibson.
All right, that's my take. Is rename it to the Bieber. What do you got, Justin?
Listen, no, I'm voting on it. I think it's good. I think we can move on to the next celebrity.
So, yeah, Cargill, you got any other ideas you want to throw in there?
I don't think I can top wearing Justin Bieber like a puppet.
Wearing a Justin Bieber meat puppet apparently is as good as it gets. All right, Justin.
I guess the only way I could top that is keep the name The Beaver, and rather than going with Justin Bieber being worn as a puppet, do it with Amanda Seyfried.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Well, there we go. Our next celebrity, who we're going to give a little PR advice to, and this one's a hard one. All right, that was Mel Gibson. Listen. His troubles have almost kind of worked themselves out. He's on the right track. He just needs a little push. This is hardball. We're stepping up to the big leagues. This is Saif al-Adel. Do you know who that is, Cargill?
That sounds like the new guy who's been appointed to the top of Al-Qaeda.
Can you
It
imagine?
certainly is.
Can you imagine being that guy? The turban to fill?
It's like, if there's a job opening, finally I can be promoted. Oh, now I'm the most wanted man in the world. and not like I get to be in Dos Equis commercials and be like, I don't like to hit women or whatever, your particular mood is. Instead, it's like, I'm the most wanted man in the world. I have the Axe body spray that attracts Navy SEALs.
Although, what if this is a masterstroke by Al-Qaeda and they really have another head and they just called in the intern at Al-Qaeda headquarters and they're like, Saif, come here. Congratulations.
So Saeed is the
You get to
Chad
be
of
the new
Al-Qaeda?
head of Al-Qaeda.
You know what
And
they
he's like,
should
yay,
do?
this is a dream come true for me.
In fact, maybe that's what they should do is they should have like an alternate reality game where it's like you get these you go around to the website, so you grab these little snippets of him describing OMG Chad style, like, I am very excited. I think I can be big in the Al Qaeda.
Turned into an OMG Chad thing.
Oh, what are you talking about?
OMG.
This is how self-centered your life has become, Brian.
What?
That we say it's free association. The new head of Al Qaeda, Chad Johnson, my former assistant, who's now working in Twit.
No, I'm saying
That's the Rorschach that you see.
No, I'm saying that you make it adorable and lovable, wide-eyed enthusiasm for this new world that he's encountering, and then and meanwhile, like as a viewer, you understand that he's being set up as a patsy, and there's they want him to get killed or whatever. But
You're saying
meanwhile,
it's like, hey guys, anyway, I'm the new head of Al Qaeda. The Zionist regime needs to be destroyed so we can establish a caliphate, okay? Right, guys?
Wait. I've seen this movie. This is the one where you get the dolt to take the place of the really cool guy, and he ends up by the end saving everybody.
yes,
Yes.
It's an 80s movie is what this is.
yeah, it's Dave or Moon over Parador, or yeah, totally. This is what I'm saying. We can do that.
This is Dave. That's what this is.
Yes.
Or as I like to call it, the
Right now.
Abbottabad proxy.
the Abbottabad proxy.
Yes. For kids.
I guarantee you.
For terrorists.
I guarantee you we're going to see a poster for the Abbottabad proxy before this episode is over. That's what I firmly agree, that it needs to be the Abbottabad
So
proxy.
that's what we're saying. We need to circulate it that, listen, he's not really the bad guy. He's just a hapless patsy that has been put in this role.
Yes, exactly. Or at least you portray him that way. And then people, Americans, they're not too bright. They will think that this is reality and they will not kill you. Yeah?
So wait, hold on. Wait, we're working for I thought that we're working for Al Qaeda. That's who we're getting.
We're giving PR advice for this guy how to deal with it. Because look, he's next on the ladder. He's the next Hydra head to get cut off.
Also, here, just real quick, and we're gonna call a Squarespace.com change directions real quick. And I just at the request of Beef in the chat room, I would like for you to do your Arab impression.
No, I will not. I will not.
Just your Arab impression, real
No,
quick.
I saw the comments shouting Russian. I am not Leo Laporte. I cannot do the voices. But
No, just do the Arab because you just did it. Just repeat what you just did and then do it in Russian. Just to see if we can tell the difference. Come on, Brian, you're holding up the show.
All right. So if it was Arab, it would be like I can't possibly. I'm
Okay, let me give you a tip. This is pure psychology. But when you're talking like an Arab, reference bombs and camels, and when you're talking like a Russian, reference bears and vodka. People will be instantly able to tell the difference between your accents.
Okay. You know what? This is a good idea. All right, there we go. I will ride my camel to freedom and blow up things. That's
Okay,
the Arab,
that was
right?
the Russian one, right?
No, that was Arab. That was Arab.
Okay,
There
it's
you go,
on
there you go,
Russian.
there you go.
All right, go ahead.
I wrestle the bear and drink
Arab.
vodka.
Arab.
No,
Is
that's
there, see,
Russian.
instantly they change.
That's see, no, I think
I can easily tell the difference between the Arab and the Russian right there.
I think it's
fantastic
clear
stuff.
as day, and I think this guy is a damn genius. He's the true PR wizard here. So is that our official? It's
I think we got it. I think OMG Al Adel is the new PR strategy that he needs to go about.
I think that's great. I mean, it's like, oh my God, we blew up the building. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, and then everybody, oh, that's so cute. He really didn't mean to kill 3,000 people.
wow, this is all gonna go bad.
No, it's not. Listen, we've doled out some fantastic.
Now
advice
somebody
so far.
suggested that maybe we should call him OMJihad. Would that be any better?
Oh, that is awesome. That person is a genius. Give that person $1.
All right, who else
I'll
are we
tell
gonna
you
pick?
who else is going to get many dollars, Brian. Oprah, she's leaving her show, but she's starting it back up on her own network. But now she has the tricky PR situation of kind of being out of the spotlight for a little bit when she's not used to. She's used to having that big syndicated TV show. So what are our advice for Oprah here going forward?
I don't know. It seems like It seems like we got to tell a bigger story about why she's leaving the network. Because I mean,
She's ascending to heaven.
No. She was piloting the Death Star, and now she's got to fly around in a TIE fighter. I mean, it's so hard to reach all these people when you're in this.
You
little
mean
tiny...
like when Darth Vader did that at the end of the first Star Wars, even though that made no sense? Like, why would he be out in the TIE fighter?
You know
like,
what? I think that's a pretty good parallel here, because it's like we could show her. You know, she gets out of her
stop
Oprah.
it. She's Darth Vader because she's black. Brian. Inappropriate. That's racist.
I think no. I believe that Oprah is Darth Vader because she's the most powerful person in the universe.
Thank you. She runs the Death Star, for crying out loud, but she steps out of the Death Star just in time. Maybe they should insinuate that there's about to be a ratings explosion and it was going to destroy or something. And then she got out.
SEAL Team 6 is going to descend on them. Because you know they bought the rights to SEAL Team 6.
Dude, that's one story we didn't get to cover in Frame Rate. No lie, the day after it was announced that Osama bin Laden was killed, Disney registered SEAL Team 6.
So Disney SEAL Team 6 will descend on the network and kill everybody, and we'll just watch Oprah spinning off into the blackness to return in the media Empire Strikes Back.
Maybe we could kind of play this up. So it's Disney SEAL Team 6.
Let me hit the pause on all this real quick. So you're saying that our PR strategy is we step in front of a microphone and use an overcomplicated Star Wars analogy?
No. I'm saying that we actually have a made-for-TV movie that we can have the true story of why Oprah left Oprah, right? And then when you start, it's just the original Star Wars. But with,
I think the better way to go with that is Oprah should write that as a book. And if she can get the attention of Oprah and make it part of Oprah's book club, then she can sell millions of copies and everybody will know the story.
But is there even an Oprah's book club now that she's finished? What's the story there?
No, the book club, listen, she's going to do everything that she did. She's going to be on a way smaller platform. She's going to be on her own cable network.
Okay, I'm sorry. It sounded like you said she's going to be on a way smaller platform. Instead of being on her own television show, she'll be on her own television network.
That's watched by 7 people, and that's including the 3 dogs that are left home when the TV's on.
Do you realize that somehow she managed to land that deal and never once commit to being on any shows on the network? Like somehow that slipped through. How do you name it an Oprah network and get no requirements that Oprah actually goes on the network?
Well, I think she was at some point. It just wasn't originally because she still had to work out her contract with whatever King World syndication, or I guess she has her own syndicator company. But yeah, no, it's she's going to be on a smaller thing. But you're saying that this is it. I mean, if I get it correctly, you're just saying write a book about how you're Darth Vader. We walk into Oprah's office and we say, you're Darth Vader, write a book. Next.
Well, I mean, first of all, to be honest, it was a collaborative effort between me and Massaworm. So now that we're on the hot seat to defend it, Cargill?
I say that Oprah writes the book with, you say, it's Oprah Winfrey with, and you can get any geek in the universe to write that book. Anybody would kill to write from the point of view of Darth Vader, and Darth Vader as Oprah. I think that sells.
No, this is actually, I can see this actually.
So it's like Pride and Prejudice with zombies, but it's like Oprah as Darth Vader. So you just rewrite that story with Oprah.
Is James Frey? Is he available? Can we get him to write the next story of Oprah?
No, I'll tell you what it is. It says, just like
a million little Death Stars.
A million little Death Stars. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And clearly, everyone will believe it because it's from James Frey.
No, this is great. No, a million little Death Stars. I think we've got it. We have James Frey write the book, and then she'll be a sympathetic character, just like the actual Darth Vader turned out to be.
All right, Brian. We have one more celebrity, and this one just popped today, so we can get it on ground zero for this one. The former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, announced that part of the reason, and by part the entire reason why he just got divorced from his wife of 25 years, Maria Shriver, was the fact that 15 years into that marriage, he got a housekeeper pregnant, and she had a child, and it's his. And after he left the governor's mansion, he admitted this to his wife, and now it's a media circus, and he's divorced.
Okay, now I actually have not read a single article. I've seen all the headlines, and I'm sure everyone else has, but just, pretend to me like I'm not somebody who actually reads the newspaper ever, because I'm not somebody who ever reads the newspaper. This is what the full story was like. Did she not know for 10 years? And then he's like, oopsie, or what?
No, she did not. According to Arnold, she did not know at all until just recently when he admitted to her, hey, you know that 10-year-old, that baby that our housekeeper had? It was because I put a baby inside of her, and then she had it.
Yeah, that's, the thing is I doubt that story simply because people have known about Arnold's infidelity for a very long time. It was when he was running for office, that was one of the big concerns, was how many stories would break about his infidelity. That is not the only, in fact, hearing that it was the housekeeper, that's a story I never heard. But, up to 10 years ago, I was, hearing stories about Arnold and his wily ways. And
proclivities.
And I think it's, being somebody who was raised in a very political family, I wouldn't be surprised if she considered that part of her duty to stay with him until his political career was over, because he can't go anywhere else.
All right, I got to put pause. I got to put pause because I think we may have had the answer just come in right from the chat room. Giggle Luke points out, LOL, the baby is John Connor. Synergy, just like that. And so now he's able to roll right back in to be on Terminator 8, The Revengeation.
And we just passed the date when Skynet came live. So we are in the post-apocalyptic future, and now we have John Connor.
Is that are you
is John Connor supposed to be half Mexican?
Why you gotta be so racist?
I'm just saying, is it Juan Connor?
Starboy over here, but you gotta be, John Connor's not Mexican.
Maybe it should be Juan Connor. It should be Juan Connor. This is the dark
Connor. What's wrong with Juan Connor?
This is the dark, gritty reboot of the Terminator franchise. Now they're back in business with it. You get Chris Nolan to direct it, and it's like a retelling, a reinterpretation. It's Terminator Begins, the story of Juan Connor.
There we go.
Did you really bust out the Mexican hat dance?
I really did. I thought it was, at this point I had to jump on the grenades. You with the black Darth Vader, and you with he can't be half Mexican.
Thank you.
Somebody had to be super
I was
racist.
pointing out that he was half Mexican.
Yeah, man. That's Judge's ruling. Is it
Juan Connor? That's the PR strategy that I'm taking a victory, Arnold.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, then I'm glad. It feels good to make things right, to give people such useful advice to move them forward here. By the way, we already have our art department is fast, if nothing else, and we already have the mock-up of the Bieber Beef.
The Bieber.
Here you go. It says, hello, this person is under the care of a prescription puppet, and it's just a Bieber. So there it is, the Bieber.
Coming soon.
Hey, man, so let's talk about, you want to talk about our friends now or later?
Let's talk about our friends now. And then we'll do the minute.
Our best friends, our BFFs, our internet besties forever. Let me tell you something. It's rare in this mixed up world of ours to ever find somebody who you really click with, somebody who gets you and understands. And for me, as a loner walking around the internet, who's on a dark and dirty street, that I was feeling lonely, like there was nobody there for me. And then all of a sudden I heard this voice be like, I bet you want a badass webpage.
It was Justin Bieber's voice, like in the hit movie The Bieber.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, bro, I think you need a badass webpage.
And I said, I was like, yeah, actually I do.
Wow. Hey, man, you can get your badass webpage by going over to squarespace.com/NSFW, bro.
Oh, no, that sounds real complicated. I'm not good. I don't even know what HTML stands for.
Shut your mouth. Shut your filthy, stupid mouth and your dumb face that powers it. You don't even know anything. You can set up a website with any kind of content on there using our templates in Squarespace.
Well, templates, so it's like my website can look really good right out of the gates?
It can look as good as your mom when I did her last night.
Why does the owner of Squarespace sound like a cracked up street whore?
Because it's Justin Bieber, and that's Justin Robert Young's version of a Justin Bieber voice.
Have you ever heard Justin Bieber speak? He sounds like he's been smoking a pack a day for like 3 years.
This is like the Babelfish poetry version of impressions. It's like I'm doing De Niro by the way of Arnold Schwarzenegger as if it were done by Kevin Dillon.
Okay, so here's the important thing. The fact is that Squarespace gives you badass-looking templates. It's super easy. You can log in from any computer or not even a computer. Their iPad app, their iPhone app, all of it makes it available for you to update, live blog while you're on the road. It's the perfect platform for anyone who wants a badass-looking website. And the important thing is if you head on over to squarespace.com/NSFW, you get a free 2-week free trial where you can make anything. You can make Beaver versus Bieber.squarespace.com and totally free. They won't ask for a credit card or nothing. You'll get your hands on with the tools. They got awesome widgets to involve your Twitter feed or your geolocation apps. You can update from your iPhone at the bar. And what I use it for is when I don't know if you know about this, there's some spam out there in the comments land. When you put out a post, people sometimes they put spam as a response. I'm not sure why, but apparently there's a bug in it.
Robots do. It's part of the robot game that is played between robots since eternity, where they just try to spout gibberish to each other's websites. It's just how it goes.
Well, I'll tell you what. It turns out that there's just about anything that you could do. For example, somebody has already created OMJihad.squarespace.com. And you can see there's an OMG chat in there, and in fact, they even have him looking out on the battlefront as well. That's how easy. How long ago?
For the audio listeners, the picture is just a ninja masked terrorist with an AK-47, but it's obviously Chad's just innocent eyes peeking out from between.
Seriously, here's the crazy part is like, how long ago did we even make that joke? And they already have a perfectly functioning website that looks amazing, and it was all done at squarespace.com/NSFW, totally free. You could be live and online in less than a minute, guaranteed. In fact, we set a world record recently for creating a website in less than 30 seconds or something.
Yeah,
like that, right?
It's a ridiculously short amount of time that it takes for you to actually register it and get it on there. And here's the deal, folks. There's a lot of sponsors on this and other Twitch shows, and I know a lot of other popular podcasts that I'm sure you listen to that, like once you have, and Netflix is a sponsor of ours, but, once you have Netflix, it's not like you can get Netflix again. Squarespace is one of those unique sponsors where if you want to make a fun website that only lasts for 2 weeks, but you just want to go on there and you don't really have the scratch right now to sign up for it, they love that. Show your support for NSFW by just making up a random website that is just silly. That even if it's like an inside joke with your friend, like CraigSmells.squarespace.com, and you send it to Craig, and he's like, "Oh, what a jerk you are!" But it's a hilarious laugh. Do that, and it shows Squarespace that you guys are using the code, and it gets you used to the tools with Squarespace. So when you do want to start a website, you can be like, "Hey, it's really super awesome and easy. Squarespace.com/NSFW."
Exactly. And in fact, actually, we just got a tweet from OMJihad. Hey, guys, I guess I'm going to kill the infidels.
I wrote that pitch several years ago. Have I ever told you about that, Brian?
No, I guess kill the infidels.
Let me pitch it to you now. No, it's called 72 Virgins.
All right, go on.
It was an idea for Sean William Scott and Mr. Demi Moore.
Ashton Kutcher,
where they're two high school guys. They're a little old for it now, so it'd have to be the next guys, but two high school guys who can't get laid, and in world history class learn about Islam and learn about Muslim extremists, and realize that Muslim extremists, when they die, they're gifted with 72 virgins. They think that sounds awesome and decide to convert to kill the infidels and have no idea what that means.
To kill an infidel. They don't know what that means. Okay, no, that's good. Actually,
so, Bill Meeks suggesting "Dude, Where's My Bomb" as a possible title.
That's a subtitle. 72 Virgins, Dude, Where's My Bomb?
I'm down for it, man.
Well,
listen, Dude, Where's My Car Bomb is actually.
Well,
I could sell that right now, just like that. Bam.
All right.
Well, now you're on a hot streak, and listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Cargill, me and Bri are a little jealous. You're out there selling scripts,
going on Hollywood.
These fantastic ideas that are going to be delighting thousands, millions in cinemas in years to come. But me and Brian, we got all these ideas in our brain.
Here's the thing:
So,
I can't go Hollywood because I don't even have decent sunglasses. So it's like I gotta color some Sharpie on my glasses to try to go
the
Hollywood.
audio listeners, Brian is right now.
look like
He
a
just took his
character from
glasses off and just scribbled on it with marker.
I probably shouldn't have done that.
Hopefully permanently
Your
damaging his
optometrist is
lens.
very happy with you right now.
But the problem is, the point is this is the closest I'll ever get to going Hollywood. Is what I'm trying
can't
to
get it off,
say.
can you?
We're fine here. We're all fine here, officer. How are you? So what?
And
what
that's
what are
how
we gonna
Brian
do?
ruined his glasses.
No,
So
they're
here's
fine.
the deal. What we did
And
is
that's
we
how
asked
Brian
Cargill.
completely derailed your brilliant segue.
No, everything's great. No, seriously, everything's fine. Go on, Justin. Explain what we're up to. In all seriousness, Jammer B, wow, has it been amazing over the last year and a half to watch your comfortability with running the board and everything, and what a badass you've been. Like Twit's #1 cheerleader also happens to be the guy who runs the board for our show, and I am so thrilled with how everything's gone. They agree.
And the lights turn out the lights.
See, that's how Jammer B rolls. Plus, can we talk about the situation with the bricks? Can we tell everyone?
Well, I was kind of hoping that would make it into the show.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, in fact, we
Tony,
need to.
Tony, add this in. Tony, add this in. Justin, you want to explain what's up?
Yes. Hey, this is a really interesting segue you've made there.
I'm sorry.
Joke.
No. That's
Oh, anyway, on another note, what's up with the Jammer B and the bricks?
this is a weird bounce back that you gave to my awkward segue, Justin.
I heard a rumor the bricks were being procured by a man named Jammer B.
Yes, for those of you guys who don't know, the Twit is building their Twit brick house, and it's going to be the home of
which
all.
will be visited by successive wolves.
That's right, and they will not be able
They're
to blow
building
it
3
down.
houses.
That's right. They will not be able to blow down the brick house because they took the time to build it right. And one of the things they're doing is they're allowing sponsors to get personalized bricks. And one of the things
Sponsors, they mean listeners, right?
well, yeah, but they're sponsors. I mean, they're
Yes.
sponsoring the show, right?
But it's
I mean,
not like Clorox, like they're like, hey, now Clorox, congratulations, you can buy a brick.
I don't know. I mean, would they? I don't know if maybe they would turn down Clorox. But the point is that
let's contact Clorox and see if they do it. But this is not the point.
yeah, the point is there was a lot of talk from the NSFW fans about buying a series of bricks that could be made into a Diamond Club type pattern to represent the NSFW's own little Diamond Club. And before any traction happened, already before any boots got on the ground, Jammer B of his own accord went out and spent his own money to buy 6 bricks that will be specially arranged in a Diamond Club pattern that right there on the bricks. All the other bricks are going to be random. The Diamond Club is going to be the only specially arranged bricks, and it was something he jumped in before the bricks even became available. He did it completely of his own accord. I'm not going to kid you, Justin. Like, I was deeply, deeply moved and very impressed, and obviously everybody in the chat room on there as well. So remember, we encourage all of you guys to go to is it Brick House? Where did we go for
Twit
that?
Brick House.
Twit Brick House, is that what it is? Jammer B?
Bricks.twit.tv.
Bricks.twit.tv. And go ahead and you get to personalize them. You get to be a physical part of the Twit experience. No matter where this awesome shenanigan takes us, whatever adventures are waiting for us, you could be a physical part of history if you go to Twit or bricks.twit.tv.
It is so amazing, and like Brian said, the fact that anybody watches this ridiculous, stupid show, let alone gets anything out of it, let alone feels compelled to go out of their way like Jammer B did with that with like the brick thing that's going to be a permanent addition to a network that has given us such freedom and the ability to do this show is really, it means a lot on a lot of levels, and thank you very, very much, Jammer B.
Go on, Justin, explain what we're up to.
This is the show, folks, is that it's humming along fine until Brian says, hold on, everybody. Let's slam on the brakes so I can ruin my glasses.
I think they look great.
Then Brian
Brian
continues to scrub them in vain.
Glasses.
Seriously, yeah. No, so what are we going to do, Justin?
Cargill went through a lot of the movies that are debuting right now at the Cannes Film Festival, or are some of the more unique films that are airing this summer that me and Brian would have no idea about. So
We're talking artsy films.
Yeah,
We're talking the type of films that had they been in the
Summer
Dubai,
movie draft.
in our wonderful bidding war that
Yeah.
Brian would have bid on them.
Yes,
And
exactly.
That's how unknown these films are.
Quality, awesome films are what we're talking about, right?
So Cargill's going to list us the title and the cast, and then from there we're just going to go and see
So
if we
know,
can.
as we did it last time, I just told
Okay.
you the title, and you had to make it up. You had to tell me who the cast was and what the film was about.
All right. Well, then I'm down.
Oh wait, no, because remember we had Elle. That's the only reason why we knew that Elle
Well,
Fanning.
since I mentioned Elle Fanning.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, you're driving on this bit. You just tell us. You tell us what you got, and we'll tell you what the
All
movie's
right, well,
about.
no, you know what? Let's do it your way. Let's go ahead and I'll tell you who's in it, and then you tell me what it's
It's going
about.
to make it worse.
No, it's
All
going to
right.
be better.
All right.
Brian,
So-
can you put your glasses on?
I have my glasses on.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
All right. Well, let's start out with one of the more talked about films at Cannes this year. It is called We Need to Talk About Kevin, and it stars Tilda Swinton. What is this film about?
Tilda Swinton?
Yeah,
Tilda
she
Swinton.
was in Burn After Reading and in that Michael Clayton movie, right?
She's the witch in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
And that. All right. Yeah. So
All right. So, and I'm sorry,
we
the
need to
title
talk
one more
about
time.
Kevin, Brian.
We need to talk about Kevin.
Okay, first of all,
Yeah.
pretty sure this is the life story movie of OMG Chad.
No, it's not.
Okay,
I don't know
no.
why. Here it is.
All right, go ahead.
Little known fact. Hitler's nickname was Kevin.
Okay, no, you know what? I wanted to make it about OMG Chad, about
I
a
want to make
precocious...
it about Hitler. And there's only two things that we joke about on this show. Hitler and OMG Chad.
Okay, that's okay. You know what? Then it's a mashup. It's about a precarious,
We
wide-eyed
already
youngster.
did. Oh my God, how much of OMG Chad does this show need to have? We started off with an 18-minute a tribute to him, and then we did 14 minutes of a segment about him. Can we have one thing that's not OMG Chad on this episode?
Okay, all right. No, you're right. No OMG Chad at all. It's about Hitler as a precocious, wide-eyed youth, excited about experiencing the world around him. However, he's so awkward in so many situations that people say, we need to talk about Kevin.
Yes. How did he get the nickname Kevin though? We need to figure that out. That's got to be in the first scene. Like,
Well, people
maybe
don't,
he
people don't
like-
know that he was like best friends with an American who couldn't pronounce German words. So he just said, I'll call you Kevin. And then
So
it
he's
kind of
like-
took.
So, but he's like, he's gonna be like a rootin' tootin' Southerner kid, where he's like, "Hey, my name is Joe. I just transferred to Munich," and he's like, "Oh, hi, my name is Adolf." And he's like, "Hey, what?" It's like your new name is Kevin, and so those two become best friends, and that's the movie. And that's the whole movie, as told by Tilda Swinton playing herself.
Oh, wait. I just realized the main character is a girl. Why did we make it all about a precarious
A young
youth?
Hitler. No,
Because
your
you guys
teacher
still
is
have
Tilda
your
Swinton.
minds in your alternate versions of the Justin and Brian story between the cheeks.
Yeah.
So now you've got German Schatze porn.
No,
Okay.
fine, all right. So no, it's Hitler, a young Hitler, and his American friend who nicknames him Kevin, and Tilda Swinton's their teacher, and they have a bond between all of them. And then all of a sudden, they see Kevin Hitler start to get a little weird about this whole killing Jews thing, and Tilda Swinton and the American.
It's like the live action Fox and the Hound.
Yes.
Oh my God. That's, in fact, you nailed it. You gave us our own. See, this is why you're all Hollywood and I'm the one scribbling Sharpie on my glasses. So tell us, how close were we? We pretty much had it.
You nailed it, except for the part about Hitler and the teacher and the American friend. It is actually the story of the mother of a teenage boy who went on a high school killing spree, who tries to deal with her grief and feeling about the responsibility of her child's action by writing to her estranged husband.
Dude,
This is not exactly what
you
we said.
nailed it. You nailed it. That's the one. Like, this is the one time when you went to Hitler and you turned out to be totally right.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. We win. We absolutely win.
Oh, you're
I'm
playing the
for
music.
myself.
No, I'm giving up. Hold on. Yeah.
I am the winner of this lame-ass podcast game.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's do.
Totally didn't win that one.
What? We nailed it. We nailed it. It's some precarious people
There
who
was a
got
high
involved
school.
in an apocalypse and regret it. Maybe. Probably didn't regret it. But still,
There we go.
awkward. You forgot the third chapter, the denouement, where they spend a lifetime being mocked on the internet.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let's go with Bellflower. And there is nobody in this movie you would recognize.
Okay, Bellflower. Now, just so we're all on the same page here, we had a ground rule. You're not allowed to give us pornography films
It is
as
not a pornographic film. Flower means flower.
okay. The Bellflower. I'm seeing a kids animated feature here.
Okay.
Bunch
And
of
what's Bellflower?
well,
It's got to be the name of the main character.
No.
If it's a kid's anime.
Bellflower is the land in which they all live in this giant buttercup type thing, right? They live in the Bellflower. That's the only world they've ever known. They're bugs. They're super tiny bugs. Maybe they're microbes.
Okay.
But one of them's kind of wacky and zany and just not. He doesn't fit in with the other bugs. And he's like, I want to see. I think that there's more to the world than this Bellflower, and he's also Southern.
Okay.
And he's like, I want for me to ride coupon. And then you're like, what's a coupon? And he's like, I don't know. I'm channeling something that makes no sense. But then that's all I got. That's what I got so far. What do you got?
Come on. Then who's Bellflower?
Bellflower's the world in which they live. They live in the
I thought you said it was
Bellflower.
a buttercup.
It's a flower called a bellflower. That's what they refer to it as. It's actually a buttercup. But then a bug goes out and experiences the wider world and decides that maybe we're all a little bit messed up on the inside.
Okay. What's the main character's name?
But Butterface.
Butterface. And they're bugs? They're butter bugs.
They're butterbugs.
Wait, isn't Butterface the name of Justin's girlfriend?
Yes. That is.
It's Butterface.
It's an unfortunate name. Butterface.
Because everything is awesome.
Unfortunately named she is.
Bonnie just kicked in the door to check and see if there was still Sharpie on my glasses. I think she was seriously pissed by that. But yeah, Butterface the bug wants to leave the Bellflower
Yeah.
and
Free Lunch points out a very attractive thorax, but an ugly head.
so I mean that's what I'm seeing. I mean, do you got anything different, Justin?
No, exactly that. Cargill, how close are we?
You're really close, except the part with the bug and the flower. It is actually closer to your original pitch for the last one, in which it's the story of two friends who believe there's a coming post-nuclear apocalyptic world, and so they're preparing by building flamethrowers and a supercar to drive around the apocalypse with to lead their gang called Mother Medusa.
I'm gonna call that
All
a
right.
win.
No, that's a failure.
Okay.
You and
That's a
Butterface can go jump in a lake.
Butterface
It does become kind of a weird freaking love story in which one of the creepy weird guys falls in love with another girl and risks heartbreak. But yeah, it's a weird little film and nowhere near what you guys thought it was.
All right. Well, you want to know? We can redeem ourselves. We had one success, one total complete failure that Brian took the lead on, and now we're gonna rally and we're gonna break point with this final one, this
Yes.
final movie.
Yes.
The Devil's Double.
The Devil's Double. Do
Devil's Double.
we get to know who's in it, or does it matter?
There is nobody.
I actually
you would
know what this
recognize
one
it.
is, though.
You
Do you have
actually
any
do?
others? Because I actually know what this one is.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Well,
yes.
then let's try.
Hold on, real quick,
Only because I was mocked by my friends that I should be playing the lead, or that was my job before I started to work with Andrew Payne.
Everybody knows that The Devil's Double is about it's a romantic comedy about a somebody who has to impersonate the boss who nobody likes, and they end up in some hijinks shenanigans. There's a little bit of hitting and punching, and then in the end, they all discover that it's okay to love your boss.
You know what? That is the movie.
No way! No way! That's not true. That is not true. That is true. That is not.
It's about it is the supposedly true story of Uday Hussein's body double who parties with him and has to go out and ultimately end up discovering how crazy his boss is.
No freaking way!
You are the winner, my friend.
That's freaking amazing. This is the greatest day of my entire life. That is awesome. All right. Well, do you have one more for us? Or you want to end on that note, Justin?
I think, listen, Brian, that was an ultimate flawless victory. We should go out on that. I'll tell you, Brian, before we get into our musical guest, we do have the NSFW Summer Movie League Minute that you can pull up there in the
yeah, before I do, actually, I do have this little gem that came into us. We already have pre-production footage of Danny Trejo filling his role as Juan Connor is already already there. Yes. So let me see if I can actually get my hands on the Fantasy Movie League Minute.
Well, there we go. Cargill.
Yeah, because I need to harass you about this.
About what?
April is over, my friend. You have capped out.
No, I still
he had the big Fast and the Furious movie saved his bacon.
Yeah, no, I'm still in the game.
Saved his bacon. What's his total right now?
350 million, roughly.
And how many more movies do you have that open up?
Zookeeper, little Kevin James flick, and Captain America. By the way, did you hear they caught Osama bin Laden, and America's caught USA fever? Yeah!
Yeah. No, do you have two more? I thought you only had your stuff in April.
No. No. That's what you guys I let it go. But yeah. I'm hearing echo now.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I'm really curious to see what happens with both of those films. But yeah, no, you had a really bad month there,
dude. All my films underperformed except for Fast Five. Fast Five was the only thing that kept me in the game.
Which is what I told you would happen, didn't I?
Yeah,
I told you Fast Five would be the one that would make you the cash.
You did. So far, you're 100%.
Although Source Code sneakily is staying in the picture.
It still makes money. Like the Hollywood Stock Exchange had it topping out at around 42 million, and it's already up to 52 million. So it keeps making money.
I told you it'd make around 50 million, didn't I?
You did good. You're good, dude. That's exactly right.
Well, for those of you who are just tuning in,
it's almost as if I've done this for a living.
Yeah, almost. All right, hey, we got we do have the Hollywood Stock or NSFW Fantasy Movie League.
Yeah, we have a fan who sends in these NSFW Summer Movie League updates. So in about a minute and a half, he updates everything that happened the last week. I still don't know his name, Brian. Do you know his name?
It's Chip something. Let me take a listen.
Chip Gibberish. For the NSFW Fantasy League Minute, I'm Chip Natterberg. Hear those bells? Here come the bridesmaids. The film, which features pretty ladies going #2, made it all the way to #2 of the box office charts, beating industry expectations with $26.3 million. Meanwhile, the only other movie opening this week was Priest, which should say 7 Hail Marys for eating its own balls. It scared up $15 million at the box office and will likely go quietly into that good night. Both films were owned by Sarah Lane, which gives her $45 million to start off her campaign. Of course, it's waiting for boy toy Harry Potter, who comes up later in the summer, which she bought for a paltry $30. Not that anyone's bitter about it, because nobody is. Rounding of the holdovers, Thor dropped only 47% for $34.7 million, but Brian's Fast Five continues to do very, very well, eclipsing every other movie in the Fast and the Furious franchise, making $20.4 million. That leaves on leaderboard for this week at Brian holding #1 at 315, Justin at 131, and Sarah at 45. Jason, how Now takes it to high seas with Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, which should be called on Stranger Hats. What's up with that hat Penelope Cruz is wearing? Looks like something you'd serve cheese from or fly away on. It's weird. The NSFW Summer Movie Minute and Trip.
See, the chat room seems convinced that they know this guy. They think he's Chip a Dog, and they're pretty sure they met him.
That is the worst Justin Robert Young impression I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we just say from now on, like, stop sending in audio clips that are meant to be Justin Robert Young? Because there's only one Justin Robert Young, and all of you who are doing impressions.
Listen, you gotta listen. He does radio quality work. I think that we should gibberish should keep sending him in. You know, updating us week by week.
Chip a Dog can, but nobody else.
Chip a Dog. Brian. And just let's make sure with Jammer B that everything is technically set up.
Just gonna assume everything's fine. We're just gonna roll, and Tony will fix whatever needs to be fixed down the road. As you guys know, we're doing our summer music series right here on NSFW, where we're taking all the biggest artists on the YouTubes, all the independents, and we're giving them a platform where they can rock some worlds. And I believe I just heard the dulcet tones of some kind of keyboard instrument. Can we go live over there to the Twits?
Well, here, let me do the intro here real quick, Brian. Our guest this week, I'm very, very excited to have. You've seen him on YouTube. He's been viewed over 5 million times with his Song a Day campaign. He will reach 1,000 songs at the end of the summer. He's got an awesome Kickstarter that we are going to plug at the end of this show. Please, he is a guy who's been introduced by Steve Jobs at an Apple Antenna Gate press conference. Welcome to NSFW, Mr. Song a Day himself, performing Ren the Polyamorous Polar Bear, Jonathan Mann.
Hi. This is a song about a polar bear. His name is Ren. It's a story of redemption and love. I knew a polar bear. His name was Ren. He fell in love with a flock of penguins. Now Ren was polyamorous, so he believed it could work. But the penguins were monogamous, and so he left feeling like a big jerk. Oh, Ren, the polyamorous polar bear. Oh, Ren, the polyamorous polar bear. Ren started walking towards his iceberg home, but the ice was melting, and so he set off alone, just wandering the tundra. He was searching for love, cursing the ground that he walked upon, and cursing the sky up, 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 above. Oh, Ren, the polyamorous polar bear. Oh, Ren, the polyamorous polar bear. After months of walking, he wound up in New York. Became a hipster in Williamsburg, and the fish market was his work. One day while catching the subway, Ren was in a big hurry. He ran into this beautiful girl who happened to be dressed up like a polar bear furry. She introduced him to her friends. Oh, Ren, polyamorous polar bear. Oh, Ren, the polyamorous polar bear. Oh, Ren, you finally found a new home. Yeah, Ren, the polyamorous polar
of Win, dude. That is awesome.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.
Jonathan.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
So in all seriousness, like, how far into this experiment are you?
800 and gosh, what is today? 67, I think. 867 or 68.
Now, we were talking about this beforehand, and I was explaining to Justin, it's like, this is a crucible. This is your Beatles going to Germany and just playing for 12 hours a day straight every single day. Like, once you've experienced this, you will have no fear of creating new material ever again. What's different about being at the latter half of the experience versus the first part of the experience?
That's a really good question. Not much. I do think that I have improved, which is sort of interesting, because when improving, it's not something that you can always notice while it's happening. But certainly, since I've been documenting this, through music and video, I can go back and sort of track my improvement. Just sort of in my opinion or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, man, I wouldn't ever write a song like that, a number 204 or whatever. Oh man, that's not as good or whatever.
This is an early one, right? Right, Jonathan?
What's that? Oh, Ren. Yeah, Ren is early. So that, that's the thing about, the way I think about Song a Day is that like 10%, or about anything really, is that like 10% of them are going to be, really good. And then like 70% of them are going to be like mediocre. And then like 20% of them are going to suck. And I think that's sort of been true all throughout. It's like maybe one or two a month are like keepers. I'll write one and be like, hey, like that's a pretty good song. But
Now,
at the same time, yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask, what, as you know, one of the weird aspects of the internet is that everything's written in Sharpie and there's no backsies. Is there anything that you kind of wish you could take back, or just you're busy moving forward?
Yeah, that's another really good question. There hasn't been anything particularly.
I wrote all these questions for Brian, by the way, Jonathan, for the record.
Sweet. I entered this jingle competition for Bing. Microsoft's search engine Bing, and it was called by MG Siegler at TechCrunch. It won this jingle won. It was called by MG Siegler the worst jingle in the world.
Oh my god!
And the thing the thing about it was I couldn't really disagree with them. You know what I mean? It was pretty bad. It was very catchy. But at the same time, like that was kind of a low point and a high point at the same time, because on the one hand, I wrote this, kind of Swedish song in a half an hour or whatever, how long it took me to write it. On the other hand, it got posted on TechCrunch, and so that was pretty cool. So even the bad things, I think, have their place and have their merits, I guess.
So I would imagine one of the nice things about this kind of experiment and project is that somebody can discover you today and go back and, I assume, go through all 800 plus songs so far and watch your progression personally. Do you find that you find people who kind of discover you, like all of a sudden you're this treasure trove of experience and development to watch an artist, develop into, his full potential, and when that, like, I guess what I'm asking is what kind of success have you enjoyed as a result of not only the nature of your music, but the novel way that you're expressing it?
Well, the first part of the question, yeah, like there's been a few people, who have sort of become obsessed, as it were, and gone back and watched every single one, and then they write me and they're like, whoa, or whatever. There's even a guy who maintains a spreadsheet, and he has this like ranking system 1 through 5, and he ranks every song as they come and all that kind of stuff. So, which is
personal pitchfork.
Yeah, exactly. My own personal dude that does that. Now, if I could get 100 people to do that, I might have something, where it would be really interesting to see how the percentages actually work. But yeah, the success, or the limited success that I have had with it has mostly come through the occasional sort of aligning of the stars with regards to sort of viral videos, like the iPhone 4 antenna song that Steve Jobs used at his press conference, or the Bing thing. But for the most part, my songs are so like from day to day are so inconsistent, both in terms of like topic, style of the song, and frankly quality, that I think it takes a sort of really let's say like special kind of person to sort of jump in and want to follow me the whole way through. Just because the internet is really good at specific things, but I'm sort of like all over the place all the time. And if you like that, then you'll probably like, my Song a Day project.
Well, listen, everybody get your follow fingers ready because John is all over the internet. You can follow him on Twitter at SongADayMan. That is man with 2 N's, like his last name. Of course, on Twitter, where he posts a song a day. It's not just a clever name, kids. It is youtube.com/TheRockCookieBottom. And I'll tell you what, this is a super awesome project that I'm very, very excited for him to get funded on Kickstarter. You can go to bit.ly/kickj, the letter J, man, MANN. And in June, right, Jonathan, you're going to do the whole band thing. Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, unfortunately, the Kickstarter has ended, and we did get funded. So people,
awesome. Great.
Yeah, no, it's great. So people can write to me or whatever if you still want to find other ways to contribute. That would be really wonderful. But the whole idea of June is that up until now, Song a Day has been a solitary thing. It's been just me in my room playing all the instruments, recording it myself. I'm not like a recording engineer or anything by any means. And it's been limited by what I can do in a day all by myself, in all of those aspects. So what I decided to do is try to put together a campaign whereby I could hire some of my really talented friends. I'm gonna bring in my friend Nick Krill from the Spinto Band, who is a really great recording engineer, and another guy from the Spinto Band, Thomas Hughes, who's gonna come, and he's a great multi-instrumentalist, and bring in those guys to sort of help me through the month of June shape and create the 30 songs in 30 days in the month of June, or 31 days, however many days it is. And the other big thing about it is that it's going to be live streamed. We're going to do like one of these 24-hour live stream kind of things. So the whole time that we're in the studio making music and whatever, you'll be able to watch and see us as we sort of progress through the month. And at the end of the month, the audience is going to decide which 10 songs from the month are going to go on whatever the finished final album is going to be. And this is all leading up to September 28th, which is when my 1000th Song a Day song happens. So on September 28th, we're going to release the album that we record in June at a big 1000th Song a Day song celebration type deal. So,
in many ways, do you consider this to be your big final exam? Like, do you have nerves about it coming? Or are you just excited to have the project over? Because, I mean, you kind of went to songwriting college over the last 3 years.
I did. And I am pretty nervous about it because taking it from being a solitary thing and having it all sort of rest on me, and then bringing in all these other people who are going to be looking to me, to sort of lead the whole thing and write hopefully good songs. But, one thing I've learned is that the most detrimental thing to writing a good song is like trying to write a good song, if that makes any sense. Like,
no, yeah. Totally. You set your expectations, you get all twisted up rather than just feeling it and discovering the music in there.
Exactly. And the way I've thought about it is like to stop caring, basically. Like the moment you stop caring about what you're creating, ironically, like the better thing you create.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. And I'll tell you what, if you guys are not aware of the Spinto Band, please go check them out. They are one of my favorite bands who currently put out music. And I am so excited for this project because I'm a big fan of your work as well, Jonathan. And also, I just realized I'm going to be, you're in the San Francisco area, right?
That's right.
I'm actually going to be in the San Francisco area in June. I would love to come by and say hello to you while you're in the middle of this.
Yeah, definitely. No, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. I do want to point out too that this is a common misconception. I'm not actually stopping. This is really embarrassing. I'm not actually stopping at 1,000. By the way.
Okay.
It's funny because all the stuff that I've put out about this, I say how my 1,000th song a day song is coming up, and people naturally assume, because who in their right mind would keep going after like, you know, it makes sense that like, oh, he reached 1,000, he's gonna stop. Like that's a natural thing to do. But honestly, like the laws of motion and things, like, you know, it's easier to keep going now than it would be to stop. Honestly, I don't know like what I would do with myself if I had to stop. So just FYI, I'm still going to be going.
Well, that is super amazing. And I'll tell you what, everybody, again, on Twitter, it is at Song a Day Man with 2 N's. And on YouTube, it is youtube.com/The Rock Cookie Bottom. Jonathan, man, thank you so much for playing here at the NSFW show.
Yeah, and actually,
thank you guys.
That means we're out of time here. That means we got to wrap up this episode of NSFW. Anything to promote before we wrap things up, Mr. Cargill? Where can people find you, sir?
Twitter.com/MassaWorm. That's MASSAWYRM. And occasionally on Ain't It Cool News. So aside from that, right now, I'm a little under the surface.
You can see him in Hollywood with Sharpie on his markers.
See you at the Palms, sucker.
Sharpie on my markers.
That's exactly.
That's
That's
like
exactly.
on my glasses?
Yes, Sharpie on your markers. You heard me right, sir.
Yeah.
That's it for this episode of NSFW. You got anything else, Justin?
Yeah, there we go. Justin R. Young on Twitter, and of course, bit.ly/Shadow Podcast. Subscribe to the Grendel Shadow Podcast. It's absolutely free. It's an audiobook narrated by me. Go get it.
All right. Love you guys.
All right, thank you for having me.
See you next Tuesday.
By the way, make sure to check out Butterface, The Escape from Bellflower. I hope I do not regret this decision, chat realm.
One night on BB Live Show, I saw you
I gotta show off
as
my new
Brian's new meat. That is how I knew you were on. You stole thunder from Brett and glasses you had helped keep the bit going on. Twit, far, wherever you are, I believe that the chat does go on. Once more, you asked a question and trolling on your video. My comments will live on and on. All the erotica written about you or some other Chad Johnson. Never have you get me drunk. Fails when you deplane and spilled soda on Greg's pool table, and through you killed Johnny for a job. Twitch, far, wherever you are, I believe that the chat does go on. You helped the dragon come, and you bought yourself a duck or some food, or became not crippled.
Good luck at Twit, Chad. And remember, Combat Ready Cat says, stop touching your eye.
Chad, congratulations on becoming a part of Twit, and also on a personal level, thank you for letting me know that Slackjaw does in fact equal racist.
You're here, but soon you'll be a Twit, and I know that my Chad will go on. We'll stay forever with our friends, and Rizuki's heart you will be, and my Chad will go on and on.
Hello, Chaddington. This is Ryan, aka Cowgirl Curtis, wishing you good luck with your new job at Twit. Be safe in California. Love you.
Chad, just wanted to say thanks for helping this goofball and being part of chat room.
Chad, congrats on the job with Twit. I know you're going to have a lot of fun out in California. Just don't forget us little people.
Chaddington, we're so proud of you for getting a job at Twit. You're going to be the best young ward they've ever had.
Chad, we both totally own this same shirt. And we also had lunch together. Luck at Twit.
Hey Chad, this is Phil Meeks. Good luck at Twit and watch out for Tom Merritt. He's a mother.
Hey Chad, it's iPod Parf here. Congratulations on going to Twit. Good luck.
Hello Chad. You'll be missed and good luck at Twit.
Congrats on making the move to Twit. We know you worked hard for all of this, and we'll see you on the other side, dude.